Hello and welcome to a babbling video. No, this is a video where we're going to talk about reflecting and go back on kind of the last 3 months, I suppose, of my life. I think it's like 3 months. I don't know when I uploaded my first video and coming back, but we're going to talk about kind of reviving the channel, kind of the experience that I've had, and kind of particularly this last 3 weeks. These last 3 weeks have been the kind of more entertaining part, I suppose, more entertaining part. So go back about 3 months, end of March, early April, I think, around then. But yeah, I was just told that the schools were closing essentially because I'm a teacher. Schools were closing and we weren't coming in. So whilst not having as much time as I wanted to before, I now had a lot of time to be able to start investing into the channel again, which was something that I really had been wanting to do for a long while. Obviously, the channel had been dead for about 2 years, and when I say dead, I hadn't uploaded anything for about 2 years. I think when I left in I want to say the November of 2016. No, not 2016. Definitely not 2016. November, I want to say 2018. Yeah, 2018. November 2018, I stopped uploading, and obviously, starting uploading a year and a half later, I call it 2 years just because it's easier to say, but it's like a year and a half. And in that time, like I think Spyro was still a really hot topic, and then like a couple of the videos that I'd done were clickbaity, and had given the opportunity for people to subscribe to me. So I think I left at around 450-ish, and I came back and I was about 550. So I'd gained about 100 subs over that period of time, even though I wasn't uploading anything. Yeah, so I was a dead channel at this point. I think like my views. Well, I've looked back at my views, and actually, it's been really interesting because kind of the beginning of 2019, I was going down to next to nothing, and then Pokemon Sword and Shield was released, and all of a sudden, I saw a massive kick in my views from all my competitive guide videos. Basically, a load of them were getting loads of views, and it was just building up over time and just really improving a lot of my stats there. So I was getting on average probably about 100 views a day-ish, maybe a little bit less. And obviously move on to March, I start re-uploading again. For the first 2 weeks or so, I think the channel was doing absolutely fantastically. I think it was like the novel of me coming back. I started off with competitive guides, and I can't remember what else I did. Possibly I started my Nuzlocke in like June, so I don't know. I think originally I just started off with the competitive guides, as far as I can remember. I think I did some live streams as well. I did some live streams with like Spyro and stuff, and that was a lot of fun, a lot of good. And after those first couple of weeks, I gained like 10 subs at this point. I gained like 10 subs, and I got really happy because things were picking up. And then after about 2 weeks, things fell back down again. So it started to drop back to that kind of original rate that I was already at, about 100 a day views. I'm going to be talking about stats here because currently I'm obsessed with stats. So yeah, about 100 views a day-ish, maybe a little bit lower, but yeah, that was what was happening at that period. I was still uploading. I was uploading a lot of competitive guides, which I honestly think was the issue with what was going on with the channel. The fact that I was uploading, at one point I was uploading about 8 a day, which is just too much. People that wouldn't have notifications turned on for me, I full well accept that. And I understand that that was not the right move for me to make. And the only reason that I made that move was because I wanted them all done for the Isle of Armor that I was going to be moving on to have all of the competitive guides uploaded at that point. And then, kind of like that, for that period, a few times I considered just saying, screw it, it's not worth it, I can't revive this channel. Reviving this is just going to be problematic. It's just not going to happen. I've had enough. And a couple of times I did feel like that. So there were a couple of days where I missed uploads and whatnot, just so I couldn't be bothered with it anymore. And then kind of I got back into things, and then we got to the Isle of Armor. I think I uploaded an update video, and that got quite a few views. And then we got to the Isle of Armor. I did an 8.5-hour stream, which was absolutely ridiculous. I remember being very exhausted the next day. I just couldn't get back on my feet, really. And then we got to that Friday. So this is like Friday the 19th of June, I think, around there. It was Friday of June, that Friday after the Isle of Arm dropped, and I put out, I think, it was either 7 or 9 videos. And these were all kind of support videos to help you out with the Isle of Arm. And those videos did absolutely amazing. For the first like 5 days that they were up, I think the Selgor one had like 800, 900 views. Kind of my Alakazam, Scizor, and Kingdra ones, even though I think that they were the day later, they were doing really well. I think they were on like 300, 400 apart, and like all of them were more than 200. I think there was only one. I think it was the Magnezone one that was below 200, and all the rest of them were above 200 views. And that got me really going, because at this point, anything above like 50 views was absolutely incredible. Like, I couldn't believe it. It was they were doing so amazing. They were doing absolutely amazing. And this made me really excited. We suddenly got a massive boost in subs. Essentially, between the Isle of Armor, I had about 565 subs, to now, I think today I've got 623. Or is it 33? I'm not sure. It's 600. It's over 620. It's over 620. And obviously that is a very, very large increase in subs for the size of my channel that I already had, and the fact that it had been dead for 2 years. So reviving has actually kind of worked, I suppose, and I've already been talking for like 6 minutes. Oh, right. Yeah, so we had those doing really, really well, and then we had the annoying mess of YouTube deciding to be YouTube and removing literally thousands of views in total. I think I worked out it's over 2,000 views have been removed from those about 9 or 10 videos, which to me was so disheartening. Like, the fact that I could see I could see that they were doing well. I could see that they were gradually raising. I could see that I was gaining subs along. I was gaining likes alongside it as well. So for it to be kind of taken away from me, it was so frustrating for that to happen. But I'm not going to go into detail on that, because I've already covered that in my I'm frustrated video, which is on the channel. If I remember to put it here, I will have, but if I haven't, then I probably haven't, let's face it. I'm awful at stuff like that. But yeah, so that all happened, and I got really annoyed, and to be fair, it hasn't happened in a while. I had one video, I think my competitive guide for Shifu, all of its likes disappeared. It had like 9 likes, and then it disappeared, and I was like, okay, what's happening? And then all of them disappeared, and I don't know why. And so stuff like that is still happening, but it's not as bad as it was. It's not as bad as it was. And I've been uploading, obviously, a lot of competitive guides. I've been doing 3 a day competitive guides, and they're actually doing fantastically. And I've noticed over the last kind of it's about 3 weeks now. It's almost 3 weeks. This channel has just been doing so incredibly. I've been having so much interaction with people commenting, which I really love when people comment on my stuff. Because particularly with competitive guys, they comment their own sets, like that helps me grow as well, because honestly, I'm not perfect at anything, all this, like I can full well put my hands up and say, I don't know every viable set of every Pokemon, and some Pokemon I don't know how to run fully because I haven't used them before, I haven't used any different ideas sort of thing. So for people to comment, it's really nice, it's really helpful, seeing more likes and seeing more views in general. Like for me, typically, like, I don't know, 20 to 30 views is probably like the average after the first day or two. But at the minute, I've seen all of a sudden there being loads and loads and loads of views appearing, and like 5 of my competitive guide videos for the Isle of Armor have got over 100 views, which baffles me. It baffles me because we're doing so well. Like, loads of my videos are doing really well, which I'm so happy about, and I'm so thankful to everyone for that support. And obviously, it just goes to show that even though I was on a dead channel, essentially, this was a dead channel, I've managed to revive Midnight Wolf, essentially revive it from where it was in the sticks, and now stats-wise, I'm looking at about 600 to 700 views a day. So about a 6-7 times increase in the views that I was already getting, and I don't understand how it's happened, but I'm grateful that it's happened, sort of thing. That's kind of how I'm thinking. And Also as well, like I'm just in general feeling a lot better about myself. Like I'm really feeling positive at the minute. Apparently I've lost like a stone and a half, and I say apparently because I don't trust my scales, but I've lost about a stone and a half in the last about month and a half, which to me is absolutely ridiculous. I have been on kind of a bit more of a controlled diet, not eating the crap that I used to eat because I used to eat a ton of random stuff. But yeah, I'm feeling a lot better. I actually feel like my t-shirts are getting a little bit big actually. They're a little bit more, like there's a little bit more room in them, which it just makes me feel so much better about myself because this is something that I've struggled with my weight for my whole life. I'm going to be honest, I've struggled my whole life with my weight. Um, Being in shape is something that hasn't really been an option for me, and I know, saying that not really an option for me because I know if I was to put in the work, if I was to put in the exercise, put in the diet, the lifestyle changes, I would be able to do it 100%. 100% I would. But being able to stay on that motivation for long enough whilst dealing with other issues is really difficult for me. And just having that weight loss has really improved my mindset in general. I'm really excited to actually continue losing. Get rid of this on my face because this bit is the bit that's kind of staying around. But I've noticed, especially around kind of my belly area, I've had a load of like a load of that area seems to have kind of disappeared, which is really nice. And as well, I've noticed that my facial hair, if you can see, kind of a little bit better. If you've been around for a long time, you'll know that my facial hair is god awful, and it still is god awful, but it is getting better. Now I shaved it all off not too long ago, and I've just kind of let it grow back. I need to actually trim it off. I think I'm going to shave it all off again in like a week or so, but yeah, it's actually starting to look a little bit more presentable, which actually makes me feel so much better as well. Like things feel like they're going my way. Things feel like they're going my way, and it makes me feel a lot better. And obviously, if I'm feeling better, I'm going to be producing a lot better content. And yeah, I just kind of wanted to say thank you to everyone for their support. Um, I feel back on it completely. I feel really kind of engaged with the content, and I know I've got like projects coming up over the next couple of weeks. Like I've got at least 2 projects going on. If anyone knows of any draft leagues that are taking on, let me know because I'm actually really interested in competitive again. I'm really excited to be playing a load of competitive Pokemon. I'm really having fun with it at the minute. So yeah, I feel really good. We've got the Nuzlocke going on still. That'll probably be quite a while because I'm trying to maintain the episodes. Hopefully that'll be finished by the end of July and we'll have another project on in August. But yeah, thank you for everything is what I'm kind of saying here. Just to let you know a little bit about what's in the future. We've got the Little Cup League, which I'm halfway through the draft. Our team is looking pretty awesome actually, even though in this last round I did get sniped literally 3 times. Well, not got sniped. So there's like 4 Pokemon that I was really interested in, and all 4 of them went. So it's a little bit frustrating, but it happens. That's what the draft league is. So I end up with a different team than what I wanted, but that isn't a bad thing. It gets me to use some different Pokemon, and I'm really excited about that. And yeah, just in general, hoping to have some fun on the channel, maybe get some free-for-alls in, because I think that's something that I'd really be interested in. Just getting involved with other Pokemon creators as well would be really nice, just kind of, not necessarily like the supporting aspect, but just kind of getting to know other people would be really nice. But yeah, that is all for today, I think. If you want to show me support, give me a like, subscribe. Subscribe is a big one. Turn on notifications, comment, let me know what you think in the comment section. And yeah, I'll see you soon.